Right, welcome back to More Knowledge. In this one, I'm just basically looking, wrapping up the 9/11 investigation and looking at the type of idea of rebuilding after 9/11, right? Rebuilding after 9/11. So obviously, this is biblical in relating to the rebuilding of Solomon's temple and all that, right? So obviously, read the symbolism of these 9/11 towers, right? These trade centres was the male and female, right? Getting put down, destroying male and female, and then rebuilding the third temple, right? Like the third temple ideas and all that. So they rebuilt the new one, called it Freedom Tower, right? So this is like the new one they built is representative of the third gender, see, the trans. So they've done away with male and female, right? And then build the new one, which is a combination of both. So it's a trans metaphor, trans symbol, instead of the male and female symbols, right? And they must have had enough numbers of people, right, at a certain stage. Obviously, this was 2001, wasn't it? So, by that stage, they must have reached enough numbers of transes in their own program in order to sort of say, right, well, now it's time to bring down the old way and rebuild this new one, this new symbol of the trans. Of course, nowadays you get mainly transes all about. They outnumber naturals in that, in the daily life and that. And of like, also read built into the core of these two towers, right? So when it was symbolically destroyed, right, it was symbolic of the warfare, the sort of secret war which they've been waging on naturals for hundreds of years. It was symbolic of a win, right? That's why they call it twin. You got the win idea coded in, right? So when it reached a certain point, it was almost like, right, we've won now. Basically, we've got all the numbers up. So time to bring down the symbolic two towers and just rebuild as one, right? Symbolic, like of the war, see, and also of the like getting rid of the two separate genders, right? So I was using the codes. This is the Twin Towers 2, which was a proposed thing we're going to build after that. But as you can see, look at all the T's in that. Yeah. Phoenix and T's and Masonic as hell, see. It's the idea of rebuilding, like the phoenix is the mythological bird that comes out the ashes and all that. And of course, indeed, this one, like this is a proposed one. Because of course, we're never going to just build up again, right? So this is a hex, basically. They were never going to build up two again. Because it was all symbolic, see? We weren't just going to do the same again. They were going to build as one new one that represented the new third gender type of idea, right? This was the new complex of buildings, that they're building, and then obviously this one becomes the symbolic tower, like the new way, the one. See the one symbolising the new trans people, basically, right? I think it's called the Freedom Tower or something, right? So seven old buildings were gone, now 6 new, see, and 7 and 6. Course, right? This course coordinates 42, 42. That obviously we know what that is, right? that is basically the 42, right? The 6 and the 7, which equals 42. 6 times 7. So 7 and 6 is all the time. So there you got the Freedom Tower War, see? It was until 2009 the Freedom Tower is now the One World Trade Center. The One World type of idea, you know. Of course, loads of 7 quid and 33s, all that one, all the rest of it. Yeah, the transportation hub. Of course, I love trans. We've been going back to this Lord Ganesha, the elephant god. And interesting stuff here, right? Traditionally worshipped before any major enterprise and is patron of intellectuals and bankers. And World Trade Centers was the day with banks, right? It was all the day with banking and all this idea, right? And here, idols of Ganesha will be immersed in the Arabian Sea as a ritual on the last day of a festival which begins on September the 7th. So obviously, you know, your Twin Towers thing was September the 11th. So, you know, very interesting codes again. Part of some religious festival going on, you know, in Arabia. You know what I mean? Very interesting little thing here on the Royal Mint, right? There's that Ganesha again. Look like in the gold coins look like hex, look like in a hex shape, right? Ganesh elephant god, worshipped by millions of Hindus across the world. Ganesh, also called Ganesha, is a popular elephant god. Means group or multitude. And Aisha means Lord, Lord of the community or a group of people. And bringing together the entire cosmos as one. Embodiment of energies. It inspires devotees to celebrate the many pleasures and beauty of life. Very funny how that was connected with the bank idea on the World Trade Centers, right? And this is basically Hindu stuff. And there's a famous type of, what do you call it, animosity between Hindus and Muslims. You know, like in the hex, you know, mythology anyway. But apparently they didn't like each other type of thing, right? A triple twine weapon. Very funny, like. And the bull. Yeah, we'll see a bit of knowledge from the Hebrew Bible, right? It includes a detailed narrative about the construction of the temple by Israelite King Solomon. And the destruction of the temple and the Babylonian exile are seen as fulfillments of biblical prophecies, right? And precipitate the Israelites' transition. There's of course the trans code from the polytheistic or monolastic beliefs to the monotheistic beliefs developed in Judaism, right? So a transition from the poly meaning many type of thing, many gods and all this, to the mono basically meaning one, right? Like the one tower, the one world tower idea and all that. Of course, theism with a TH. Transtheism. And monotheism, the belief in only one deity, an all supreme being that is usually universally referred to as God. So, you know, Go read a bit of that into into these Twin Tower events. You always see transtheism, right? In a system of thought that is neither theistic nor atheistic, right? So in other words, like believing in gods or not believing in gods, but is beyond them, right? Not basically refers to the position of the trans, right? Or the Mason, they're neither atheistic nor theistic. They're beyond them because they're beyond the sort of sight of normal people and of the natural world. See, again, this is all good, right? Theologian Paul Tillich, like the tiller of the soil and all that, right? And Heinrich Zimmer. There's the Janus ideology, right? So as you can see, when they have these type of ideas like these religions like Islam or Hinduism and stuff like that, it's like they didn't got in for them, but they got in for a position, right? It's beyond the godly governors of the natural order. See what I'm saying? Total good. You know what I'm saying? It's totally good, right? It applies to all type of religions, right? So they're beyond any type of godly governors. And of course, when you have the Bible prophecy, third temple in Jerusalem, this is basically a metaphor for trans, right? Third temple ideas is not the first, not the second, but the third. Again, third gender, third sex ideas and all this. Again, the trans idea, really. More trans could retain what we call absolute faith, right? Is a special content, yet it is not without content. The content of absolute faith is the God above God. Absolute faith and its consequences. The courage that takes the radical doubt about God, and it transcends the theistic idea of God. So of course, the idea now that the ideas of God is basically profane or whatever, and then you take a position transtheistic, so they're above any type of religions and all that. See, so it's only naturals who wouldn't believe in profane religions and that. You see what I mean? Even though like, you get a lot of these trans sort of profess, that they're into it and all that. Of course, they're just taking naturals for a ride, type of thing. The transcendence of nirvana. Of course, any type words where it's full of trans and that is basically, code for transgenders, basically. See things like this, read. And I take pleasure in my transformations. I always putting a code in, read. There's this Ani and Nin, see? Ani and Nin, like the nine. And there are a lot of sort of strange ideas, transform and was into strange ideas about free love and sexuality and all this type of thing, and chaos there is fertility, So of course, another one there, tea drinkers, concerned with, the agenda, which is ending naturals basically, ending naturals on the earth, as they call it, you know what I mean? It's just ending them, like, and then giving rise to the new breed of tea drinker and all this. See what I mean? I was dropping in trans idea and all that.